Okay. I can start now. Thank goodness for my computer finally working. Okay. So I have a little bit of an announcement for my channel. And I think it's actually really funny. I came up with a awesome name. Um, we are going to be calling my channel Water Wednesdays. Um, it's something that I think is funny. I think it's a little silly, and I always have a cup of water with me on my channel, and so I think it kind of fits the kind of aesthetic that I don't want to say aesthetic, but I definitely strive to drink water on camera. It always reminds me to drink water. I don't know why. So we're just gonna call it Water Wednesdays. Um, so gotta get my drink of water in. If you guys are new here, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click like, comment down below, and if you are subscribing, click the little notification bell to know when I post all my videos. It really helps me out. To my TikTok channel, please go do what I just told you guys to do. It should be linked to my bio. If not, I will figure that out and I'll post it in a TikTok video or whatever. So this case is it's gonna be really, really short, because all of the information is extremely just kind of boom, boom, boom. But this is a little bit leaning into the next case that I will be doing next Wednesday. And this is called, I'm going to say, the name of the person who did it, not the name of the child. As you guys know, I try covering cases that aren't really well talked about, or it's not really well known. And so we're going to talk about this case because it is extremely shocking. So if any of my followers on my TikTok and my YouTube, if you guys have any PTSD or triggers with childhood abuse, and domestic abuse, because this does involve domestic abuse as well, if you have any issues with babies being harmed in any way, shape, or form, click out right now. This case is all about that, and it's extremely graphic. I do suggest you click out. I have other videos posted on my channel. If you're on my TikTok, just scroll, watch another live, watch different TikTok videos. And so yeah, I guess that's kind of the beginning of my intro. I'm trying to shorten it up a little bit, so let's kind of begin now. So this is the case of China Arnold. She was the perpetrator of this crime, and this was in March 29th, 1980. And she is serving a life sentence for, you'll never guess it, microwaving her 3-week-old daughter, Paris. Holy shit. Let's start there. She microwaved her 3-week-old daughter. What the heck? That's just terrifying to even think about. To even have to voice that out loud is horrible. And this case is just exactly what that sentence brings you. It brings chills. I have goosebumps. Just talking about this while I was typing it, I had a really bad, sick feeling because of just how horrible it is. And that this whole case will bring that to you. It's just freaking terrible. So this happened this all happened in August 2005, when obviously young Paris was 3 weeks old. It happened during an argument with her boyfriend, Terrell Talley, in a housing complex in Dayton, Ohio. So they were arguing over, yep, you guessed it, the paternity of little Paris. So kind of to solve the problem, my mom just put the baby in the microwave and let the baby die. Which, you don't have to start the microwave for anything to happen. If you've ever put like a plate of food in the microwave to keep it warm, that's what I do. If my husband's coming home from late from work and my daughter's hungry, we'll eat before he comes home, and I'll put the plate, his plate, in the microwave because it does keep it warm. Um, that's like the set of the that's how a microwave is set up. So even putting something in there, it still contains the heat, and it still circulates it, and it still makes it even worse. Um, and I tried looking up on a couple articles if she started the microwave. Um, it never said if she started the microwave or not. Um, but the little girl died with an internal temperature of 107 degrees to 108 degrees, as she had been left in the microwave overnight. The next day, when China did find her daughter, her little girl was cold and stiff and was just covered in burn marks. And she did take her to the hospital where she was declared deceased. Um, China China claimed that she was intoxicated at the time of placing the young baby in the microwave, to the point where she doesn't remember it because she blocked out. And that's where this case gets extremely frustrating, because she claims that throughout the entire case, I was intoxicated, I blacked out, I don't remember doing that. And that in itself just says where her state of mind is. If you were able to come up with an excuse for doing something like that, you shouldn't have kids. And she doesn't. All of her kids that she did have got taken away from her. I believe her boyfriend was also sent to jail. And so there is actually 3 trials for this case due to a lot of misinformation given out and a lot of lying with the boyfriend and the mother, China. So the first one was actually declared a mistrial, which, and if none of you guys know what a mistrial is, it's a trial that is rendered void and of no legal effect because of serious procedures being done wrong. Whether that be with the police, or it be done with CPS, or it be done with anything around that. It could be done with the perpetrator of this said crime. That's kind of what happened. The boyfriend kind of said his son was the one who pulled the baby out of the microwave after a neighborhood child was the one who put the baby in there. And no, that clearly didn't happen. That was the first set of trial, and it got completely stricken from the record, and that's what ended up happening. So, and that's really upsetting. They couldn't take responsibility for it, and even if that was the case, a neighborhood boy putting the child in the microwave, the child was left in there overnight. That's not something that you can forget. Or you know, I always get irritated when I see those ads on TikTok or YouTube where it's like, put your shoe in the back of the car so you don't forget your kids in the car. Like, that's not... If you can't remember that your child is in your house or in your car, you shouldn't have children. That's my opinion. I have a child, and she's napping right now, which, you know, great. It's great. She didn't want to go down for a nap, but after she accepted her fate, she fell right to sleep. So, but if you can't remember that your child is in your house, whether that be playing in her room, playing my child, obviously. I remember that my kid is in the house at 3:30 in the morning when I wake up suddenly. It's a parent thing, and so the fact that they're using a neighborhood child as a ruse, that's just terrible. Because if you had a neighborhood kid come into your home who was around your child, and you forgot your baby wasn't in the house, like, I just don't understand how that's even a possibility, because it's really not a possibility. It's just ridiculous that they had to use that as a freaking excuse, you know? So, The second trial, the mother of the boy next door. So the mother of the boy that they accused of putting the baby in the microwave said that was not true. She testified, and he was like, she told him that he wasn't even in the apartment complex while the baby died. She said that the son was literally with his dad, when Paris died, and Arnold was actually convicted of. Who's Arnold? What? Oh. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, you guys. Arnold is China, okay? That's who that is. I was so sorry, I mistook that. Okay, because it said, like, when I was typing it up, I was reading it, and I typed it up as Arnold, because that's what they do. They don't usually use their first name, they use their last names. So it's China Arnold. That makes a lot more sense. It confused the hell out of me. So, China was convicted of aggravated murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole on September 8th, 2008, and she was incarcerated at Dayton Correctional Institutes. On November 5th, 2010, the Ohio 2nd District Court of Appeals reversed Arnold's conviction, citing prosecutorial misconduct, and stated that the court erred by not allowing material witnesses to testify in her defense. Why are we giving... Why? I get, like, that's part of the amendment, like, you're allowed to have a fair trial. I just feel like people who do shit like this shouldn't have a fair trial. You literally microwaved your baby. I just feel like that shouldn't be a fair trial. But, okay. That's just my opinion. And that's why I'm not a judge or a cop, because I would just kill her. On May 13, 2011, a jury did find China guilty of aggravated murder. Wow, I just can't speak today. Aggravated murder. Her attorney had argued that the evidence pointed as much to Tarly as it did to her, but failed to convince the jury. Good. Good for that jury. Good for that jury. China was again sentenced to life in prison without parole, and her attorney saying they would appeal the decision. On September 13, September 2013, China's lawyer requested a new trial in the 2nd District Court of Appeals, claiming multiple errors were made in her case. And in December 13th, the 2nd District Court of Appeals affirmed the conviction. An appeal regarding her life sentence was made, citing constitutional questions without double jeopardy, asking the Ohio Supreme Court to reverse the 2nd Court of Appeals decision and send the case back to the trial court for resentencing. But that's the key word in that entire sentence. In May 2014, the court denied her freaking appeal. Good for them. Good for them. They knew she was guilty. This was three freaking trials. And the last two, she was literally convicted twice. She was convicted life in prison with no ability of parole. Twice. Why are we still appealing it? It's obvious you're guilty. And that's all the information I could find in this case. But she did end up getting life in prison, which I really don't think is enough. I feel like they should have microwaved hers too, but that's just my opinion. I feel like if we gave prisoners the same thing that they did to other people, we wouldn't have as much crime as we do. But that's just my opinion. So like I said, this is a very short case. But like I said, it's kind of leading into the next case that I will be covering on Wednesday next week. So please join in for that. again, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Click the notification bell to be notified when I post next. Comment, like down below as well. That really helps me out. I'm not logging out of my TikTok yet. I gotta clean my house. We're gonna do a 1 minute of silence for little Paris. We always do it. We're gonna be doing it. That's gonna be a thing. I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to remind you guys next week as well. But not next week, obviously, but the week after that, I will actually be on vacation. I'm going to Arizona to see my mother-in-law, so I will not be filming at all. I won't be doing any of this. I will not be doing TikTok live either all week. I probably will be posting a little bit on TikTok here and there, but not as much as I normally do. In fact, my phone will most likely be shut off most of the time. So not next week, but the week after that, please enjoy yourself, and I will remind you guys next week so that you guys aren't too disappointed about me not posting. I might just make a whole video about it so that y'all remember. Okay. I gotta burn my candle out for a second. Yeah, okay. I'm turning my minute of silence on, so let's all respect that. Comments will be shut off for this minute of silence as well. Alright, guys. Hold on. I actually like that idea a lot better. Alright. Let's do it now. Alright, guys. Comments are back on. Thank you guys for joining the Minute of Silence. Thank you guys again. Goodbye.